Hey guys, Sean here again. Welcome back to day 5 of the Sit and Go Trainer, and today we're going to be talking about calculating your outs, which is another very important topic. And before we do that, let's do a little recap of what we talked about yesterday, which was hand matchups. And these are the 4 matchups that I wanted you to commit to memory. So I'm hoping that you will look them over and you can pull these ones off. They're very simple. We've got 2 overcards against a pair, which is about 50-50 shot. A pair to an under pair, 4-1. A pair to a 1 overcard. Now this could be like, let's say, a king 3 or something like that. With 1 overcard, you're looking at 2-1, and then any 2 overcards to 2 undercards not paired like this is about a 3-2, 60-40 shot there. So hopefully you can keep those to memory. So today we're talking about calculating outs, and before we do that, let's first of all define what an out is. So if you're new to poker, you may have heard this term, but you're not sure what it is. But basically, it's the cards that are still to come that can help improve your hand to make it a winner. Okay, so to better illustrate that, we're gonna look at it here. And these are the different sort of scenarios that you could be up against. Basically, if you have a flush draw, or a straight draw, or a flush draw with 1 overcard, a straight draw with 2 overcards, or a straight flush draw, and these are the number of outs you actually have in that thing. So let's go over to where we were yesterday, over to the Card Player free poker calculator tool that you can run stuff through. I'm going to just show you an example of, what was the first one we had on here? A flush draw. So let's have a look at the flush draw, and I'll show you what that is. Let's say your opponent has a pair of aces. We'll put him in here. He has a pair of aces, and you've got a hand like 8-7 of hearts, okay? And then the flop comes down king of hearts, 4 of hearts, and let's say 6 of spades, okay? So this is what I'm talking about, where calculating your outs. So in this case, your opponent has a pair of aces, so they're beating you right now, but your outs are what cards can you use that are actually going to make your hand a winning hand and actually beat these aces? So in this case, it's going to be a flush draw. So if you hit your flush, which is 5 hearts in this case, then you're actually going to be beating this pair of aces. So how do we count that? Well, each suit has 13 cards in it, right? Everything from 2 up to the ace. So there's 13 cards there. So if you have 2 of the hearts and there's 2 hearts on board, that means 4 of those hearts are used up. There's 9 hearts. You take 13 minus your 4. There's 9 hearts left in the deck, and that's your outs. So you have 9 outs in this situation. So let's look back over here. I mentioned on a flush draw, you have 9 outs. So that's one you want to keep up. It's very easy to calculate it, but once you get more practice, you're going to find it's very, very easy. It's going to come to you very, very naturally. But you just sort of count how many cards are left in the deck that you need. So let's look at another scenario. Let's go back over here. We're going to look at a straight draw now. So let's say this wasn't really a flush opportunity over here, but instead we had the 8 of clubs. And then this, we can keep the king of hearts, that's fine. Let's get rid of this 4 of hearts, and let's put in, we've got the 6 already. Let's put the 9 of diamonds in here, okay? And this is going to show a scenario here where you've got right now, the pair of aces is ahead, but you've got 6, 7, 8, 9, meaning that you've got an up and down straight draw, so you're drawing at a straight. So how many outs do you have? Well, you need any 5, because then it would go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or a 10, where it would go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the straight. So we know there's 4 5s left, and we know there's 4 10s left, which makes a total of 8 outs. So if you look at the thing over here, whenever you're on a straight draw, your outs are 8. Okay, so now let's look at a scenario. Let's even look at this one here, where you've got a straight draw, but plus 2 overcards. Okay, so that's a bit of a difference. You can count your outs in that situation here. So let's head back to the thing here. So let's see, we wanted a straight draw. We already have the straight draw here. So let's make this pair something like, let's do a pair of 3s. Okay, so now what you have is your straight draw, which we already know is 8 outs, right? Any 5, any of the 4 5s, any of the 4 10s. But now you have the opportunity to hit any of the 8s that are left in the deck and any of the 7s, because that will give you a pair of 8s, which would be ahead of these 3s, or a pair of 7s, which would be ahead of these 3s. So you calculate your 8 from the straight draw plus your 2 overs, which would be there's 3 more 8s in here and there's 3 more 7s that are available that could possibly come out. So you take your 3 plus 3 is 6, add them to your 8 outs for the straight, you've got a total of 14, in this case it's going to be 6 plus 8, 14 outs here. And we looked here, it's actually, this should be 14, not 15. I think I was doing it on a flush draw, which was 9 plus the 6. Because on a flush draw plus the 2 overs would be 15 outs. So you're actually getting 14 outs on a straight draw. So you can see that there. So a flush draw with 1 over is going to be the 9 outs plus the 3 overs on that card, which would be 12 outs. And then if you have a straight flush draw, where you're actually you have an up and down straight and a flush draw potential, you actually have a total of 17 outs there. So these are the main ones you want to do. It's very easy, especially at the beginning. You can just calculate, you just count out the cards that would actually help you, and then with practice you'll find that you just know flush draw means 9 outs, straight draw means 8 outs, flush draw with 1 over card, we know it's 12 outs. So you're gonna try to keep these to memory, because these are the main ones that you're gonna want to be focused on there. So that's it there. Let's look at the homework for today. Basically, practice counting your outs. So you can do that. You can go over to Card Player and run through different scenarios through the through their little calculator tool there. And you want to try to keep those ones to memory if you can, because they're the most common ones that are going to come up. But you'll see, with practice, it will become a lot easier for you there. Okay, that's it for today. Tomorrow's lesson, we're actually going to be calculating your pot odds. So it's going to build on our outs today. So it's important that you do understand the outs, and we're going to look at calculating your pot odds. It's going to be a simple trick for making quick calculations when you're under pressure at the table. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. That's it for today, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.